Hey, I know you're here because you're tired of being clueless, of not knowing when a woman is interested in you. Maybe you've missed opportunities because you couldn't read the signs, or worse, maybe you've made a fool of yourself because you misread them. And I get it, women can be complex creatures. But today, we're putting an end to that confusion. Chapter 1, she's blushing. Let's kick things off with the first sign, blushing. Now, this isn't some romantic, fluttery nonsense, it's biology. It's a raw, involuntary reaction that happens when adrenaline rushes through her body. Blushing is a biological sign. It says, I'm interested. Now, why does she blush? The simple answer is that her heart rate increases when you're around her because she's attracted to you, genius. Blood rushes to her face, causing those adorable rosy cheeks. It's an unconscious response that she can't control. But let me tell you, it is a signal as honest as you can get. But before you jump the gun, let me get something straight. You need to distinguish between a blush of attraction and her just being a natural blusher kind of person. Don't be the clown who misreads the situation, but if she's only blushing when you're around or when you're interacting with her, well, hey friend, that's a pretty damn good sign she's into you. And remember, it's not just about her cheeks turning red. Look at the overall context. Is she blushing while making eye contact? Is she blushing while laughing at your jokes? Is she blushing while fidgeting or playing with her hair? If so, she is not just interested, she is practically sending you a written invitation to talk to her. Chapter 2. She's holding strong eye contact. Next up is eye contact. Don't underestimate the power of a glance. Eye contact is the unsung hero of human interaction. And when it comes to signaling attraction, it's a heavyweight champion. Now, I'm not gonna talk about a fleeting look or a casual once-over. Now, I mean that intense, lingering eye contact that makes it feel like it could melt steel. It's like she's trying to have a conversation with you without saying a word. It's her way of reaching out, of establishing a connection. It's her way of saying, I see you. Do you see me? But here's the thing. This isn't just about her looking at you. It's a two-way street. When you're holding her gaze, are you chickening out and looking away? Because let me tell you, if you're not meeting her eyes, you're signaling that you're not interested or that you're not confident. You're not just missing a sign, you're sending one back, and it's not a good one. So if she's locking eyes with you, you have to hold that gaze. It's not a staring contest, but it's a silent conversation. It's an unspoken challenge. She's laying down the gauntlet, inviting you to step up. And if she can see you hold the gaze, if you can return that intensity, you're showing her that you're confident, that you're interested, and that you're man enough to take the lead. Chapter 3. Pay attention to her smile. Now let's talk about smiles. You think that you know all about them, right? Well, that's fucking wrong. No, not all smiles are created equal. It's about damn time you learn the difference. You see, there's the polite, I'm just being nice kind of smile. And then there's the I am genuinely happy to see you smile. The first one's about as meaningful as a have a nice day from a cashier. The second one, though, that's the real deal. That's the one we're looking for. Look at her eyes. Are they crinkling at the corners? Look at her mouth. Is it a wide, genuine smile? She's showing teeth? I'm not talking about some predator bearing fangs. I just mean a natural, open, relaxed smile. If she's given you these smiles, especially if she's given them to you more than anyone else around, she is practically screaming for you to come over there and talk to her. So stop standing around like a deer in the headlights and make a goddamn move. Chapter 4. She has her head tilted down. Alright, moving on to the next sign, the head tilt. Now, you might be thinking, what the hell? How is a head tilt a sign of interest? But bear with me here. It is a subtle but powerful sign of interest. When a woman is interested in a man, she'll often tilt her head down slightly and look up at him through her lashes. It's a vulnerable, submissive gesture that is hardwired into our brains through thousands of years of evolution. It's her nonverbal way of saying, I'm open, I'm interested. But let me get one thing straight. This isn't about her being weak or you being dominant. It's about her showing interest and trust. It's about her inviting you in. So if you see her tilting her head down, especially if she's combining it with some of the other signs we've discussed, don't overthink it anymore. Start talking. And remember, while you're busy looking for signs, you're also giving them. You are a part of this dance, whether you like it or not. So make sure your own body language is saying, I'm confident, I'm interested, I'm approachable. If you're sending the right signals, you're gonna make it a whole lot clearer and easier for her to send hers. Chapter 5. If she just stands there without any movement. Sometimes, my man, actions speak louder than words. And when a woman is interested in you, her body language can reveal everything you need to know. One obvious sign is that she just stands there, seemingly frozen in place without any unnecessary movement. Think about it. When someone's uninterested or indifferent, they tend to fidget or shift their weight from one foot to another. But when a woman is captivated by your presence, she'll hold herself still, almost as if she's caught in a trance. It's her way of giving you undivided attention and showing you that you can have her full focus. Pay close attention to her body language. Is she rooted to the spot, her gaze fixed upon you? Does she seem very engrossed in the moment, as if the rest of the world has disappeared? If so, then that's a clear sign that she wants you to approach her and strike up a conversation. Make the move. Chapter 6. She bumps into you. Let me tell you, when a woman's interested, she'll find reasons to be in your space. And sometimes that means accidentally bumping into you.
Bumping into me? Isn't that just a clumsy mistake?
And sure, sometimes that is all it is, but other times it's a very intentional chess move. It's her stepping into your personal space, breaking that invisible barrier. It could be a playful nudge in a group conversation, a light brush of her arm against yours when you're walking side by side, or a small bump when she's passing by. But here's the thing, guys, it's all about the aftermath. How does she react after the bump? Does she apologize profusely and back away? Or does she hold your gaze, maybe even throw in a smile or a light touch on your arm? If it's the latter, then it's not just a clumsy mistake, buddy. She did it on purpose. Act on it. Chapter 7. If she flips her hair while looking at you. The infamous hair flip. It's a classic move that women use to capture a man's attention. And when she flips her hair while maintaining eye contact with you, that is a sure way of knowing that she's interested. She wants you. You see, when a woman is attracted to someone, she naturally wants to draw attention to her physical appearance. And what better way to do that than with a strategic hair flip? But here's the catch. Pay attention to the context. Is she flipping her hair casually? Or is it a deliberate, calculated move? She seeks alone time with you. Of all the points I'll be given, this one should be classified as one of the major home runs. Flow with me as I tell you a story that will change your life forever. I knew a guy, his friend, who met this lady. We'll call her Teresa, a natural Mexican beauty. She had a lot of dudes asking her out, and amongst the crowd was my friend. One of those days, during stage acting, he was an actor, by the way, he decided to go up to the basement to see what secrets it held, and guess what? Teresa went up there to meet him. I won't go into what happened back there, but let's leave the rest to your imagination. When that beautiful Ethiopian black-haired, blue-eyed goddess you had your eye on seeks an opportunity to be alone with you, well, let me let you in on a little secret. It's not because she wants private tutoring lessons. Neither is she coming to confess her sins. I don't know what better way to put it than to just do it. If not for you, do it for us. For every other average Joe out there. Because we're a team, and you're responsible for setting an excellent example for the coming generation. You better ask out. Physical contact. Physical contact should be considered a significant sign among signs. I bet that you hate touching hot surfaces, and not because it's terrible, but it's just the damage that it'll do to your skin that it scares you. I once felt a dog, and it almost bit my hand off immediately. I withdrew my hand to a safe space where I knew it wouldn't get me, as would make sense. Ladies are like dogs here. You can tell when a dog likes you. It wiggles its tail and continually tries to jump on you while licking your hand. When a lady wants you, she'll do the exact same thing. No, but she won't hesitate to touch you. One of these moments, you say something, it isn't funny at all, she laughs hysterically and touches your arm, and another time your chest, and another your shoulder. All these displays of touchiness are not because she's ascertaining a product. These are signs, my friend. You better go big, or you better go home. You have to quickly reciprocate, like a hand on a hot surface. If she withdraws, you don't need to say anything or proceed any further. But if she's cool with it, my friend, I got a few words for you. Don't fuck it up. Ask her out and take the touchiness to the next level. She initiates and invests in conversation. One of the age-old signs of a lady who wants you to make a move on her is that she starts the conversation. You gotta understand that an average beauty gets 4 or 5 guys asking her out weekly. She rarely pays attention to them. They usually have to start and keep the conversation going. Some ladies will outright frustrate your communication game because they don't want to speak to you. Now, put all that I've said in reverse and imagine a lady being the first to initiate a conversation. It is the beginning of the end. Starting a conversation is the most glaring of the signs that I've given you. All other signs are subtle, except for wanting to be alone with you. And you have to pay attention to them. But when Teresa comes to you and she initiates a conversation, you better not go mute. Make your heart into words and tell her how you feel. When Teresa likes you, she shows you the way to her heart. And what better way is it than starting up a conversation? The friend complained bitterly about a lady who he had a huge crush on. Whenever he chats her up, she doesn't reply, and some days later comes up with an excuse that she was busy. That's a sign that she don't like you. And he also complained of talking the most during a conversation. He said, well, she just sat there and she didn't say nothing. When a lady initiates a conversation and sometimes might even drive it, she's saying, I am into you and I would love to go out with you. You don't talk or engage in activities you don't find interesting. And when she's the first to speak to you, it's because she finds you attractive and she would love to take it to the next level, or to the first level. But regardless, you better be ready, my friend. Number 5, she notices details about you. When you make a tiny little change in your appearance and the way you run your affairs, and this one girl that you've had a crush on notices and even compliments you, that, my friend, is a keeper, someone that you should marry. Girls are very selective about what they like. They pay close attention to what they want. One of the common attributes of ladies is that they love to keep their rooms very tidy. Not all ladies, mind you, but most. Because they love a clean environment, they spend time cleaning. Love and attention are inseparable factors in human relationships. When she notices your new haircut, change of perfume, or even the fact that you missed class for university students amongst us, it's because she's been paying attention. She looks closely and observes. A common wisdom widely spoken says, you do to others what you'll have them do to you. My friend, when that blonde chick with beautiful lips and sharp eyes compliment your haircut or your new pair of sneakers, it's because she's begging for attention. You better not take any chances and go for her while the game continues. Opportunity, they say, my friend, comes but once. Number 6, make a move. Half the time, most guys don't get hints or signals from girls, and most of the time with different girls come different signs. My friend, the game of reading signs is very complicated, and only those with high focus can catch them. Your ability to make a move sets you apart from the best of the best. Many guys would spend half the time analyzing signals received, but only one would know the truth, that one that steps up and asks her out. I want you to constantly ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? When you make a move with the little signals you've received and she likes you, it's her luck because she'll get to see what a nice person you probably are. And if she doesn't want you or turns down your request, all you have to do is move on. So many guys spend their time reading signals from ladies and in the end still get turned down. But the earlier you ask her out, the better, because you can move on to the next beautiful damsel. One last point to note is that we're teaching you to become a stud, to stand out amongst men. We want you to be the alpha male in the sea of mediocre men. A lot of guys hide under the umbrella of signals, but the truth is, they're too shy to make the move. Don't be shy. Make a move and get the girl of your dreams today. The ladies are before you. You must use the steps that we've taught you today. Click on the following video to learn more about relationships.